I woke up this morning and I realized that I had today off from work. And instead of sitting at home twiddling my thumbs, I thought I would come to my favorite place in Kansas City, the Nelson Atkins Art Museum. Now, we have been here before. We have done like 4 videos where I've gone over some stuff, but today is different because today I am challenging myself. Normally, when I come to the art gallery, I go to specific items like the Impressionist paintings or specific areas like the Egyptian and the Greek area. I just love it. But today I'm challenging myself to find 5 new items and learn from those. So I'll stop talking and let's go check it out.
I've walked past this piece of furniture so many times and I never gave it a second glance. But if you get up close, you can see how beautiful this piece is. This is a German bureau cabinet or secretary that was produced between 1740 and 1750. It's made with walnut and pine with ebony, walnut, and fruit inlay. And the multi-hued wood veneers have been precisely cut into geometric shapes and placed together to form these fantastical architectural settings. This form of decoration is known as marquetry, and it originated in the 14th century Italy. Here, perspective is used to achieve a three-dimensional sense of depth in the imaginary architectural scenes on the two-dimensional surfaces. And this is the inside. It's not a great photo, but you can see that there is an upper part that contains pigeonholes and small drawers and a cupboard at the center. And look at this guy. He looks so full of himself, so assured of himself and cocky. Look at that face. This is an oil on canvas portrait of Sir George Cooke, and it was painted around 1776 by Joseph Wright of Derby. And portraits often commemorate not only a person, but also an important event in the sitter's life. This portrait celebrates the succession of Sir George Cooke to the 7th Baronetcy of Wheatley Hall, an English estate, in 1776. The same year, Cooke also purchased a commission in the Royal Regiment of Horse Guards, one of the most expensive in the British Army. In the painting, Cooke appears as a veteran emerging from the smoke of a battle, an unlikely position for a recently enlisted 21-year-old of junior rank. He did manage to rise to colonel in the 3rd Battalion, West Yorkshire Militia, and this portrait, it was handed down through Cooke's family until 1929 when they sold it. And I don't know about you, but I'd have a hard time letting go of something so important to family history. They must have really needed the money. I think this one caught my eye because of how vivid it is. This is also an oil on canvas. It's called Figure by French painter Kes von Dongen, and it was painted in 1905. The woman in this painting is wearing a short white slip and black stockings and stares directly at the viewer. Her red hair and lips and the red outline of her arms and the red wall behind her lend further intensity to the scene. Dongren and Henry Matisse and others exhibited their work at the Paris Autumn Salon in 1905, and an art critic, he was so shocked by the bold colors and the textures of their paintings, he called them Le Fauve, which means wild beast. Today, this art movement is known as Fauvism. I'm not normally drawn to jewelry, but this piece caught my eye. It's called a fetish necklace. Fetishes are small carvings made from primarily stone, but also shell, fossils, and other materials by the Zuni people. Within the Zuni community, these carvings serve ceremonial purposes for their creators, and they depict animals and icons that are integral to their culture. This one is made from 600 pieces of coral, shell, turquoise, jet, cotton cord, and native tanned leather, and it was created by Lakia de Use from the Zuni tribe in New Mexico around 1935, and it is 16 inches long. Lakia de Use is acknowledged as the most famous fetish carver of the 20th century. This magnificent work is the most elaborate fetish necklace he is known to have created. Each of the birds and animals were intricately carved and inlaid and hand drilled for suspension, resulting in a masterpiece of American Indian jewelry. These are new to the Nelson, so I definitely needed to come and check them out. This set includes 6 objects. The thrones are a pair and were created for the King of Dungunpar, India in 1911, and they were for use in the new royal palace. 1911 was also the year of British King George V's coronation as Emperor of India, and it was an event that was celebrated by a grand court assembly and the King Emperor's tour of India. And given the date, these thrones were likely created to receive dignitaries in Duncampur during this year of tours and celebrations. The thrones are large Chippendale-style chairs. They are accompanied by matching footrest, a chadrai, and a chari. The thrones are made of molded and carved silver wrapped around a wooden frame. The thrones are covered with imagery, including molded and carved depiction of Hindu deities, animals, and floral designs. And on the back is a depiction of Hanuman. He is a monkey god and one of the most famous and heroic Hindu deities, and he's holding a mace in one hand and a bunch of grapes in the other. Also notable are the striped lions that form the throne legs and support the armrest of the thrones. These lions are detailed with open mouths, and their tongues are even separated. The chari, or the umbrella, consists of a pale blue silk with silver embroidery and silver thread, and it's suspended on a metal umbrella frame. And this is the original, but it was too fragile to display. The chadrai has a silver handle with a creamy white, now yellowing ox hair mounted on the handle. Wow, these thrones are now going on my list of favorite things here at the Nelson. Another object I was looking for today was something to do with the area's history. I mean, that is what we do on this channel. And I found this oil on canvas painting by George Caleb Bingham, and it's called Canvassing for a Vote, and it was painted in 1852. Bingham was active in Missouri politics for most of his adult life. Canvassing for a Vote reflects his full faith in the democratic system, even as he recognizes its shortcomings. Set in the artist's hometown of Arrow Rock, Missouri, the composition shows a politician and a trio of potential voters in a solid pyramid at the center of the painting, and that's representing the campaign process at work. Bingham also suggests some of the problems of the 1850s American politics. A sleeping dog and a man whose back is turned to the solicitation may imply political disenfranchisement and disinterested citizens. Bingham may also be commenting on the dubious character of certain politicians by placing the horse's rump in line with the canvasser's head. The building they are in front of is Arrow Rock Tavern, and it is still running to this day as the J. Houston Tavern. Arrow Rock is a beautifully preserved Missouri river town, and it is on my list to visit this summer. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on Arrow Rock, because it is truly amazing. I can't wait. There were so many items I could have shown you today. This museum is full of incredible finds. There's a reason why this is my favorite place in Kansas City. I mean, even the building itself is a piece of artwork. It's classical Beaux Arts style architecture, and the Nelson Atkins Art Museum opened on December 11th, 1933, and I really thought about adding the building to my 5 finds today. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. And as always, I will see you all next time. Bye now.